Hello, friends, welcome back to another snarky South Park-inspired video. The Duchess of Double Standards is the title of today's episode, so settle in with your favorite coffee or one of Cartman's enormous sodas. Naturally, Meghan Markle is the show's main attraction. Meghan often preaches about safeguarding children, yet her behavior betrays a very opposite message. Her comfortable homemade jam period appears to be ended. The Duchess is developing a fresh strategy. Sweet little delights are forgotten. Scandals are what she's serving. Don't worry about a small, cozy brand. The focus now is high fashion. Imagine this, then. Fashion Week in Paris. Cameras that flash. The fashion of designer gowns. The scent of pricey perfume. And Meghan Markle, right there in the front row. Yes, the same Meghan who frequently discusses establishing a secure online environment and safeguarding children's online safety through her Archwell Foundation. Additionally, Project Healthy Minds has recognized Meghan and Prince Harry as Humanitarians of the Year for their efforts to improve mental health throughout the globe. Butters would likely scratch his head at that point and remark, sounds really noble. However, why is she seated at a Balenciaga performance? Remember that Balenciaga discontinued their so-called Christmas marketing in late 2022. Children posing with teddy bears while wearing highly regarded costumes. The reaction was immediate. Boycotts, outrage, and million-dollar lawsuits. One of the brand's greatest supporters, Kim Kardashian, even voiced her opposition to it, describing the pictures as frightening and unsettling. At that point, Cartman would most likely grin and exclaim, "Wow, even I appear to be a decent guy after that." However, it appears that Meghan thought the ideal addition to her all-white ensemble was a small scandal. She appeared to be quite happy with herself in the pictures, grinning, posing, and enjoying the attention. Harper's Bazaar claims that the cost of that look was more over $10,000. It would most likely go like this on South Park. "She's basically just wearing a bed sheet from some cheap hotel," mutters Kyle with a grimace. "Oh, it's a ghost," Butters murmurs, his eyes wide. It appears to be Casper. And now for the most ridiculous part. Meghan shares a tale after the performance. Her legs in black pointed-toe heels bounced up on the seat as Paris lights flashed by the limousine window. Before one aspect caught people's attention, it appeared to be just another glitzy photo. Princess Diana was driving the same path the automobile was on the night of the 1997 tragedy. Yes, Meghan herself videotaped and uploaded it. The internet became viral. The majority believed she planned it on purpose, while some attempted to dismiss it as a coincidence. The remarks were brutal. Is now the right time or place for a lighthearted Instagram story if your spouse has lived with that anguish all his life? Meghan, however, obviously had a different idea. Conscience and respect seemed to take a back seat as she leaned back and switched on the camera. However, Meghan never accomplishes anything by accident. She is fully aware of Diana's background, the location, the manner, and the reason behind it. She is aware that this is Harry's most agonizing experience. Nevertheless, she decided to shoot a story there. Just taking that path is significant, as some on the internet noted. It is a message to post it online. To whom? Harry, William, or the entire royal family? Is the only question. Definitely Meghan style, but creepy. Let's return to the fashion display now. Meghan came to support her buddy, the new creative director of Balenciaga, according to the official narrative. The issue was that it didn't appear to be much of a friendship. The designer doesn't even follow her on Instagram, and their embrace was uncomfortable. A closer examination reveals that Meghan's Paris appearance wasn't just coincidental. The signal was obvious. According to rumors, her prior endeavor, the As Ever brand, was a complete failure. Jars of domestic goodness, tea, candles, and jams were all intended to make the Duchess become California's Martha Stewart. However, Martha has millions of admirers, books, TV series, and decades of expertise. Just a nice packaging and the idea that her name is enough to sell anything Meghan. Ultimately, the brand had little success. She rapidly lost interest in the jams, and they didn't generate any revenue. Maybe learn to cook first before trying to be Martha Stewart, Kyle would likely add, rolling his eyes. It appears that Meghan has modified her approach. Her new appearance is quite subtle. No huge smiles, no makeup and nude. Many others stated that she appeared to be mimicking Victoria Beckham, who is all about polished appearances rather than expressing their true feelings. Furthermore, it is obviously not a coincidence. Meghan previously stated, "People often tell me I could go into fashion," in an interview with Bloomberg Originals' Emily Chong. It seemed like a joke at the time, but now it seems more like a strategy. So what? Would likely be Cartman's complaint. Is putting Vaseline on your face a trendy appearance these days? These days, it's all about runways, magazine covers, and glitz. Red carpets, not tea bags and jam jars. Meghan, who obviously wants to compete with Victoria Beckham and Anna Wintour and not fumble with jars and candles, used Paris Fashion Week as a dress rehearsal for her new job as the fashion queen. Hold on, she wants to be Victoria Beckham now, but she wanted to be Martha Stewart first? Stan asks incredulously. However, Meghan's new relationships, particularly with the Kardashian family, are what matter most. After all, Kim rejoined the Balenciaga campaign as an ambassador in January 2024, despite the previous controversy and her personal disapproval of the campaign. According to rumors, Kris Jenner has been considering Meghan for some time because he thinks she may be a lucrative enterprise. The image is unambiguous. Kris has a knack for public relations and money. Meghan is constantly trying to return to Hollywood, and she has the title and the tabloid celebrity. Jenner was willing to assist, according to insider rumors, but only if Meghan joined Kardashian initiatives and revealed some shocking information about the Windsor. All of this was, of course, officially denied. However, the truth is that Meghan is desperate for a Hollywood return, and Kris Jenner knows how to make money off of everything. She didn't simply look like a step into high fashion because of this. It appeared to be an attempt to join the most influential family in entertainment. Meghan appeared in Paris without Harry once more. The Duchess's solo journey was widely reported, which stoked further discussion over why she consistently excludes her husband from events. With all of her drama, Meghan would likely surpass Cartman if she lived in South Park. The authors would say, "Dude, that's way too wild," if they ever learned about Meghan's most recent exploits. No one would believe it, not even us. And that's from the same individuals that killed Kinney in each and every episode. Let's avoid dragging this out. What are your thoughts on this Parisian performance, friends? Some may refer to it as strategy, while others will label it hypocrisy. How about you? Leave a comment below with your opinions. There will be much more ridiculous content soon, so please hit like and subscribe. It would even cause the creators of South Park to remark, "Dude, that's too much."